Hi, how are you? Bonjour, bienvenue et merci de donner nous la chance pour parler avec vos étudiants et aussi laisser découvrir un peu de marché de Noël et France en général. On va parler de France et les marchands de France et les spécialités de France, surtout Noël, dans la période de Noël. You can see it's like cloudy. It just drizzled a bit. That also got me delayed. And you see the windows here, the pink building and the yellow buildings and all that. You see all the doors, all the balconies. They are of the same, like they are same. Like there's no difference between one balcony to another. If they do changes, then the government will put them fine, and they will ask them to to redo it to its original form, because this beautifies the city. So that is there all over the Europe, and especially in France. You have to take the mayor's permission if you want to do some changes, and they don't give them to do the changes, because this beautifies the city. That is why you see the city is being so beautiful, and every window, everything is actually same. I'm just going to pass the security. The security is going to let me pass because I come here often. Bonjour, ça va? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, merci. So, so he doesn't check anything because I'm a regular visitor here. So now the first shop that we have, you see Joyeux Noël written here, you know, and these are actually cakes, different kinds of cakes, yellow, brown, a different kind, and they have of different. I mean, like you have different cartoon characters made of them, and you some of them you might be realizing. So this is the shop. You have the caps, you have the hats, and all that, and you have the Christmas. This thing, the socks. So many parents buy them and put gifts in them and put it under the pillow of their kids. So this is the first shop. As we move forward, this is a shop which is selling the epis. Bonjour. And it is actually the spices. So it's not that spices only come from India, and they here people also make some spices which are not that strong. And this shop where you see a lot of people actually is selling candles. These are candles, different designer candles, beautiful ones. This is also a local artist, and she is selling these different candles that you see here. So very popular in the Christmas time, and especially in the in Lyon, where I'm calling from. It's central east of France, so it's very close to Switzerland. But Switzerland just 1.5 hours away from the car or bus. So when you come here as exchange students, like we do a lot of exchange programs, like we link your school with a school here in uh, France, and then students come over. They actually have a nice time. They visit the French school. They do a lot of programs with them. There are a lot of fun activities, cultural activities. They also see how they study, and then they come back also to India. Like for example, on 6th of December, I'm coming to India with 20 students of high school to Gwalior, to a school in Gwalior, it's a girls' school in Gwalior, because these girls they came in June, May, June. They came last year, and now they are coming back. So we do a lot of these things, and that is why one of the reason of doing this virtual tour is to actually not only help those students who have participated in the International French Spell Bee, but also to let them discover the culture, because not everybody can come to France. It costs money. So we are doing this to make them culturally aware about France. Now you see, Santa sitting with the reindeers here. In the park. So this is a thing, and you have Marché de Noël written there. Now I go forward, and you see many of these no special kind of toffees. Now these are actually gingembre toffees, which means that made of ginger. So what happens is people buy them, in kilos or in grams, and then they cut them in small pieces, and they make something like these, out of them, and they distribute to the kids and all that thing. So a lot of these things are available in France, and they are called nougat. Nougat. You know that in French, they are very hungry. They eat all the consonants in the end. So you don't say nougat, you say nougat. So it's like that. And this is a food stall. I'll take you to it. But then before that, I just want to show you something. This dish that I'm going to show you is called tartiflette. You see tartiflette written here. Tartiflette is actually a dish from the hills. Like hills are just the Alps are just 1 hour away from here, on our way to Switzerland. So when you come here as exchange student, we take you to Alps. Like there were 50 students from Venkateshwara International School in Delhi, who just came on 11th of November last month, and we took them to the Alps, and they played a lot with the snow, and they actually also made that snowman and snow woman and all that, and they had a wonderful time. So tatiflet, what is tatiflet? Tatiflet is something like this. So you see, this is made of onions and potatoes. Bonjour. And you have some vegetables or sausages put inside that. And you have also a tartiflette, which is made potatoes. Over that, you have cheese. Like these white things that you see, they are cheese. So France is produces lot of cheese and a lot of wine. Every food of them, like if I say the most 10 popular foods, then 9 will be having cheese inside them. So they are very popular. You have another thing which is very important, another thing which is Emmental cheese. So Emmental cheese is actually put over these things, which you see, these kind of small bread. This is sweet actually. So, okay. Merci beaucoup. C'est très gentil. Au revoir, au revoir, au revoir. So they are a family, and you see the young girl explaining you. She might be helping the family in it. And one more speciality that they have is that when your mother or father, bonjour, comes here, they might be interested in wines. Now, it is only in the winter time that you get wine show. You see, wine show. Wine is wine. Show is hot. So you get hot wine in the winters. So you have these big utensils. They pour wine in them, and then they boil it, and then the people buy them. The adults buy them, and they have it. This is also a speciality in the winters, which many people actually taste, and it's not available in the summers. So it's a winter kind of a wine. And you have the chocolate. How can it's so close to Switzerland? So how can you not have artists who create chocolates? The chocolate noir, lait, blanc, coco noir, coco lait, coco, the zebra shape, the mocha, everything, and the spice chocolates, everything they make. You see, so many chocolates are there. This is the milk chocolate that you see, and so these chocolates are also, they are actually super special. They're not like your Nestle and other chocolates that you lend it and all that you buy from the market. These are very good chocolates. They just melt in your, because they are so fresh. And these they have their own shops where they make it, and then people buy them. The French people, you don't see any person who is so fat here, like the Americans, because they eat, and their food is very rich. They eat cheese all the time. They eat the fruit de la mer, that means the seafood a lot. But then they don't get fat because they eat everything in the nice in the right quantity, nothing much. And nothing, like they will not have a lot of paneer and a lot of rotis like that. They will have little bit of everything, and that's how they maintain their health, and they walk a lot. there's a lot of walking and cycling habit, and there are cycling tracks all in all the roads in the city, and they cycle and they walk a lot. Now this artist makes contemporary. Your mother or your sister will love it. These are contemporary things which women wear on their ears and their nose and their neck and all that around that. These are like you see some bracelets. So these are also made by the local artists here, and the theme for this is contemporary. They are not traditional. They will create something which is actually new and exciting, and something which, and it will change every year, because the fashion changes. Fashion doesn't remain constant. It can come back, like you can have 70s, 80s, 90s fashion coming back, but it always changes. So this is one of the thing. And another very interesting thing which you like, it comes from Ukraine, and this friend of mine actually has explained me. Bonjour, ça va? Yeah, merci. So he actually we this creates these mechanical uh, puzzles. You can break it down, and then they will actually move also. And it has not even one battery in it. It has not even one metal in it. It is all made of wood. That means even the key that makes it move around is will be made of wood. And this moves also. You have a motorcycle moving, you have a car moving, you have every all these things are made of wood. And you have a train, say for example, like this, a motorcycle like this, all these are. And you have Harry Potter style kind of toys which they make. And here what happens, this is a puzzle. It's a 3D puzzle which they make, and it's all, you can see it's written there, 100% bois. That means 100% what you call the a bois is wood. So it's all made of wood. So this is exciting. And and the same shop, you have the artist making these kind of puzzles, which you can see are very colorful. And so these are also puzzles which they give in these packets like these. And students buy them, small kids buy them, and then use it in their with them in the Christmas. Now, something for your mama, like you have the chef clothes being sold here, and for small babies, and toys and dolls and all that thing. Um, so she's actually trying to take out the doll. Uh, yeah, so these are also things. Of course, you'll be knowing this, which is so it has started. It's very windy. You see the wind blowing here. It's getting windy. And this park is the 18th century park, which is made on the mother and daughter theme. So this is, you see the mother here, and look at the monument. This was made in 18th century, and you have the daughter there doing something, maybe stitching, or I don't know. And the mother is there. It's mother, actually, it's a protector. If you see what is there in her hand, it's a sword in her hand. So she's actually protecting her kids. So this is on the mother and daughter theme. You have a merry-go-round where small kids, like the schools have closed here on 17th. 17th, like my son also is of your age. He's about 13 years old, and he's just got his vacation on 17th. So everybody is there now enjoying these markets, and you have small kids also who's on vacation, and young mothers coming here just to make them, go in this merry-go-round. So yeah. So now you have other dishes like raclette, tartiflette, and other things. But let me take you to the other part of the trip here to show you something more interesting. You have churros, you have the Canadian Pavilion, you have a lot of toys. Now, I want to show you one of the uh, last things, maybe before we go to question answers, is these small toys. You see all these toys, they are being like, it's like in India, many people in the north, this when they were kid, they used to play ghar ghar. So you have your own house, you have a you have a small animal, you have a well, you have a apartment, or you have a donkey, or you have an uncle and aunt, you have a friend. So all these things are being kind of bought here by parents, and they give it to their kids, and the kids play. Because you see, Christmas is the only time when kids actually meet their grandparents, their uncles, their aunts, their fufa fufi, their mama mami, their chacha chachi, and all those things. They all meet together only in the Christmas time. Rest of the year they all work, because here life is like that you don't get much time to meet people. And Christmas is the only time when they have vacation, and it's reserved for the families. Like, everybody will travel in the Christmas time to their families. That is why the prices of the airfare, the hotels, and other things are very, very high around this time. Now, I am ready for the question answers. So one by one, if you can start the questions, or Kanav, if you would like to start with the with the coordinator ma'am, or the head, speaking few words about the trip and about the tour.
Grand merci à vous, monsieur.
Merci.
Et un grand merci à votre entreprise aussi. Et l'autre côté, un grand merci à notre chef d'entreprise. Grâce à vous, on a trouvé cette opportunité de voir Lyon, du confort de nos maisons. Et c'était une expérience enrichissante, une expérience extraordinaire. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for this
Merci.
lovely experience.
Merci. Okay, so guys, merci beaucoup. So we can go ahead and take questions if this thing is over.
I just wanted to ask that are huskies a kind of a dog category only?
Yes, huskies are dogs which are found in very cold region, and they used to, they always remain in pairs. So if you like, whether male or female, whether two, you have to put two in a cage if you want to, like, domesticate them, and they always remain in pairs, and they hunt in pairs. So they basically hunt. They are hunters actually, and many huskies are used here in Europe. Were used in Europe. Now, so we have modern transport. Earlier, the male from one city to another city in the mountains where there is a lot of snow used to be delivered by the huskies.
Churros Mexican.
Yeah, no, they are actually Spanish. Yes, you're right. They come from the Spanish culture, but they are popular here also.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask that, is the Christmas market bigger than the one in any other state, or is there a bigger Christmas market anywhere else?
The biggest market of Christmas happens in Strasbourg. Strasbourg is a town of it's a town in France, which is bordering Germany. So that is a city where you have a big Christmas market. It's actually famous for its Christmas market around this time. So yes, so we have Strasbourg as the biggest market, which I have seen. Otherwise, then every city will have its own Christmas market, and those Christmas markets will be unique, selling the local produce, and they will be almost like this. There doesn't there's no much in the size will be almost like this.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
Most famous thing in this Christmas market?
What is the most famous thing in this Christmas market? So the most famous thing that people are buying here, which I've been coming here for a lot, is apart from the food, like they sell hot dogs and cheese and sandwiches and all that. Apart, if you leave that churros, if you leave that alone, then a lot of people, kids here come to buy toys. So those small toys that I showed you, those, and then there are a lot of people who come here for those puzzles, those wooden puzzles that I showed you.
What do we say Merry Christmas in French?
Okay, very good question. Very good question. Very smart girl. So it's called Joyeux Noël. Joyeux Noël.
I wanted to ask that is there any specific festival like for India it's Diwali or for any other state it's something, but is there any specific festival for France?
Yes, there are many. France has Fête de la Musique, the Festival of Music on 21st June. We will be
14
live
juillet.
for that event. You can join that event. We do a live show. And also, one happens in the first week of December, which is the Fête de Lumière. Fête de la Lumière. It is a festival of light, just like our Diwali. They have it here. And also, apart from Noel, which is the Christmas, they have festivals like Pak. Pak is Easter, and they have lot of lot of things made of eggs or egg shape. Of course, they have Halloween also. It's not as big as in US, but yes, they celebrate Halloween, and they have Pak Easter, as I told you, and Noel. They don't have many festivals like in India. Every month we have some festival or the other, but it's not like that here. But whatever festivals they have, few, they are very popular. And the festivals like Fête de la Lumière and the Fête de la Musique are very contemporary. They are modern festivals. So France is a developed country. So what happens usually with developed countries is they lose their traditional festivals which were celebrated for thousands of years, and they come up with new festivals. And yeah, so
So
okay, so it's time for the next tour, guys. I have another tour which I will start soon, and I need some breath also before I take a 5 minute pause. So all the best. See you soon. Maybe your school,
thank you so much.
conducts a tour in the future exchange program, and I'll see you there. Okay, bye bye, and